just a moment for your streams. All right, mic's going hot in 3, 2.
Welcome, everybody. This is another episode of Hadage Underground. You are now listening to the Mighty Meta Baron.
Macho Simpson.
And voice the villain.
Ooh.
Why did they give you this?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, y'all. They, our sound engineer gave Villain a sound box. So
Shout out to the op. Shout out to the op.
y'all gonna have to bear with it. How's everybody doing today, man?
We good.
Good.
Nice and toasted.
Interesting weekend.
I wouldn't say interesting, but it was a weekend.
I had a pretty,
Right.
I had a pretty interesting weekend. If I could continue flex for a second.
What happened?
What you do?
Went out to Connecticut and I watched a wedding. My sister-in-law got married.
You went to Connecticut?
I went to Connecticut.
They get
I've
married
never
out
been
there?
to Connecticut.
Connecticut is
It's black people in Connecticut?
It's low key. I'm gonna get to that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I went to a wedding over the weekend in Connecticut for my sister-in-law. It was a lovely wedding. It was one half African, the other half was East Coast Black Wasp, if such a thing exists.
So it's extra black.
It was equipped with drunk uncle emceeing the event.
I love it.
They had to cut his mic off 3 times, sauced up.
Those are the best kinds.
He was making some anti-Semitic allusions.
Oh my God!
Did he have waffle sandals?
Waffle sandals.
No, but the ceremony was beautiful. Everything was nice. The most surprising part about the weekend was, man, I saw Lavelle Crawford in real life.
I saw that.
Yeah,
That's one of my favorite comedians.
One of my favorites. I mean, he up in the top 5 now because he could do a great live show. His big ass got up there for about an hour and 20 minutes and was just
Didn't he
killing
lose
it.
weight?
Yeah.
He's still big.
His head's still big.
I heard he dropped like 40.
He did a 7-minute set on how his head is still big.
I heard something like he lost like 40 pounds in his neck or something like that.
In his neck.
Probably he said he lost 97 pounds.
97.
Really? Because he was like 400 pounds. He looked like he about 2-something now.
I mean, look. All I'm going to say is I thought he'd be taller, but low-key, I was coming out of the gym in the hotel, and courtesy, I saw somebody behind me, so I held the elevator, but I was like, his face looked familiar, and it's only one nigga in the world that looked like Lavelle Crawford. So
yeah, shout out to Lavelle Crawford.
he got in the elevator, and I'm like, hey, man, how you doing today? He's like, I'm all right.
He used the voice.
Yes.
So I'm like, all right, bro, you probably get asked this often, but is your first name Lavelle? He was like, it is. I was just like, extended the hand, the clean hand, extended the hand to him, told him that I thanked him and I appreciated his work. I done met a lot of celebrities. I typically try to keep it at like 30-second conversation.
Yeah.
Treat them like regular people for better or worse.
Fan
You didn't fan out?
Because,
I would have fanned out.
this is a little bit. I told him I watched him since he was a shorty, and
Yeah.
he was like, well, I got a show around the corner at this place called The Funny Bone. I was like, all right, I'm going to check it out. So after the wedding and the barbecue and all the other little family stuff, we got back to the hotel, and I looked at my watch, and I was like, man, I think I got enough time to go see him. Low-key, the comedy club was right around the corner from the hotel inside of the mall, and I ain't never seen as many niggas in Connecticut as I saw that day.
I
It
bet
was lit.
so.
It was like a Kanye release party.
Kind of,
wasn't it?
sort of. I like the vibe, but it was like real loungy, small stage. 2 dudes he had come up, they killed it. I can't complain. It was a decent weekend.
That's cool.
That's great.
He probably the best stand-up dude that I've seen. He was better than Hannibal Buress.
Yeah, I seen Dave Chappelle and I seen Chris Rock live.
Yeah.
Man,
Dave Chappelle,
nothing
it
gonna
was
beat
funny, but he just kept talking about how hot it was. Like every time, I was waiting for him to talk about it, do this.
Did you go to the show where Danny Brown had blew his brains out?
Yeah, that's what I went to the show.
No, I
before
didn't go to that one
because he had
I went
3
to the
shows.
one in Texas.
He had 3 shows that same night. I went to the good show.
Okay.
And
Danny Brown messed him up bad.
And I went to the good show. I went
But
to
you
the
shouldn't smoke with Danny Brown.
Shout out to Danny Brown.
I purposefully
Have
went.
you seen Danny Brown?
Yeah,
lately?
he
I
looked
seen him
like
live. I saw him a little
Danny
bit
Brown.
Shout out to Danny Brown, but I wouldn't smoke with Danny
Brown looked like a sophisticated crackhead.
Yeah. That's pretty accurate.
like a crackhead with a briefcase. But
He's like your favorite crackhead.
yes, but I purposefully went to the first show because I was like, okay, Dave Chappelle coming back. This is like 2 or 3 years ago. Dave Chappelle coming back. I don't know what he gonna be like. I was like, I'm gonna go to the earliest show possible because I want to see him fresh. I don't want to see him off no coke binge or something. Whatever happens, I'm gonna see him first. I seen him first. He was spectacular, and he got gradually worse as the night went on. So I was like, I'm glad I seen him when he was good.
I appreciated that Lavelle Crawford did a 2-show set because 3, man, if you doing on that third show, everybody pretty much there to just watch you go off the cuff because you ain't gonna remember shit.
Yeah, you did the same jokes 2 times already. You don't want to do the same thing again
Sucks.
3 times, right? I seen Chris Rock. When I seen Chris Rock live, I was disappointed because Chris Rock is my favorite comedian.
I was about to say Chris Rock is my favorite, but I haven't seen him bomb or nothing.
I seen him last year, and that wasn't what I wanted because I thought it wasn't like laugh out loud. You know, it was kind of observational humor.
It wasn't Jerry Curl Chris Rock, was it? Or Short Brush
it
Waves?
wasn't bigger, blacker Chris Rock. And I was like, oh, that was kind of disappointing.
I felt that same way when I saw fucking Dennis Miller a couple years ago. Weird. Dennis Miller is one of my favorite comedians, and I like Dennis Miller a lot better pre 9/11 before the jihadis spooked the shit out of him, spooked him all the way over to the right, and he just lost all his humor and shit like that.
Yeah.
I knew something had changed with Dennis Miller when he had George Carlin on his show. George Carlin is my favorite comedian.
George Carlin is spectacular.
And whenever George was on Dennis Miller's show, they would have, a good back and forth. But most of the time, it would be George saying some off-the-wall shit, making Dennis laugh. Dennis got a pretty obnoxious laugh, so it was good. But the 9/11 show was weird because him and George was arguing. They weren't debating anything.
It was about to fight.
No, they weren't about to fight. It was just real heated because Dennis, I don't know, he took that shit spooked the shit out of him.
They beliefs are different.
Yeah. Carlin was in the military. Carlin's so old, he don't give a fuck about nothing. So,
yeah, that was like 80-year-old grumpy man.
Yeah, that's the grumpy goat. But man, so
let's get into the show.
So a lot of shit happened this weekend, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's do a moment of silence for Anthony Bourdain. I don't know if a lot of people out there.
I thought you was about to say, let's do a moment of silence for LeBron James.
Yeah, that's what we really need to get like a moment of silence for.
What button can I press?
Y'all motherfuckers really know how to make a sensitive moment and to sit on a fucking cactus with your drawers off. Y'all terrible, man.
We knew this was coming.
We did.
We knew this was coming. It was inevitable.
And it's funny that you say we knew this was coming.
It was a freight train coming.
It's funny that you say we knew this was coming because I've never seen so many people so avidly and rabidly wanting the kid who has had his eye knocked out and his ear torn off as he's literally on the ground being beaten to death with his own arm. Fight back, you punk ass nigga, fight back. Yeah. There was no fight. After game one,
J.R. Smith single-handedly destroyed him.
I think that the fact that
how many people have had that happen to them where you had everything going, you be like, oh, this is about to be great. Right. And then that one motherfucker come out there
and fuck everything
and you just be like, I'm done. And time to go home.
People were like, he shouldn't have passed it. He shouldn't have passed it to my mans, and he should have just took the shot. But I mean, is we just gonna ignore that call that the refs made on behalf of Golden State with the turnover call? That was
it was the referees in the NBA are terrible. Like the NBA as a whole, when it comes to technicality and being fundamental, has gotten gradually worse over the years. Like they're letting people get away with anything, and they're letting defense just has flown out the window. But like the game is still basketball, so it's like shit is gonna happen.
I mean, but that begs the question: since we knew it was gonna happen. Since both of the playoff series, the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals before the finals were more exciting.
Right.
Our sports as entertaining as they used to be. Has our knowledge of the game and all the extra meta shit, has it gotten in the way of our enjoyment?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think as the game starts, it's still progressing because every time you're watching it, the points go up just a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And everything else is just, I feel like there's more stuff. We're starting to see the era of the super team clashes.
I mean, there always been super teams, man. Niggas want to ignore the old Celtics, the Lakers, the Bulls.
Yeah.
We can't.
That was a little different because the age of free agency has came into play now. Like back then, you had to draft them or trade to get those players. Now
You don't
players
think
can
those,
just
you don't
come.
think those trades was loaded though?
The trades were one-sided and loaded, but they were still trades. Like, you actually had to do something. Nowadays, KD can just be like, you know what? I want to go on
And they'll
to
give it to him.
73 win
You know
team.
something? You know
They
something?
favored him a lot.
As much as I wanted to complain about the cowardice that KD, because it's okay. So everybody says that LeBron and KD's situation was just the same, right?
No, it's
And
not. It wasn't
It's
to
not
me.
true because KD literally went and joined the guys that beat him and Westbrook.
And they were already ready set. It was a ready set team. LeBron built the team, put 3 people together. Who knows what would happen? Because that's happened before, and it ended up in tragedy with like Charles Barkley, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Scottie Pippen. That was a tragic. Okay.
I feel bad for all you niggas out there that bet money on that. Just like all y'all that put
Kobe,
money,
Dwight Howard, and
that
Steve.
put
That
money
was
on
terrible.
that put money on Hearns. I know somebody whose father lost a house.
And
They had
Hearns and Hagler.
No, Hearns and Leonard.
Oh, yeah, that was even worse.
Ooh, somebody's still paying for that.
People got too much faith in athletes.
That's true.
You're not this person. You don't know what they're going through. Like,
But it's fun,
anything
though.
can happen.
Do
It's
you
I
fun.
think it's fun.
Demagoguery can be fun until the fever pitch gets too high. Do you think that?
Okay.
Do you think that?
Wait, get out, bro.
Do you think that the deification and the idol worship of the athletes takes away from some enjoyment of the game? Like any other player in LeBron's shoes would have been able to just take the L, but LeBron has to live the L in perpetuity.
It's because expectations is too high. You know, LeBron is supposed to be the guy. He's supposed to win everything. But it's like some things you can't win. And people like, you know, you got people like Kobe Bryant out here talking shit. It's like, what do you want him to do? Lose better? That doesn't make any sense. Like, if you lose, you might as well lose the fuck out the loss.
I ain't never seen LeBron get swept in the first round.
I ain't never see LeBron miss the playoffs except when he was a rookie. Kobe missed the playoffs a few times, and, you know, he got swept in the first round.
Yeah, but I think like that he's still living in Jordan's shadow.
Kobe is mad because he wanted to be the only person compared to Jordan for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
You can't have that. Kobe is compared to Tim Duncan right now, which is bad to him. Tim Duncan, I think, to me, Tim Duncan is better than
I
Kobe.
never liked Tim Duncan. I
His
just don't
career
like,
I
accolades
can't hate
is
Tim Duncan.
I-
That man is solid.
you just don't like the way he played. People,
You're right.
People romanticize.
It's not entertaining.
People romanticize the way Kobe plays. We want to see the person go out there and take all the shots and will his team to
Yeah.
victory and shit like that. LeBron doesn't play like that because LeBron really doesn't have to play like that.
Ooh, you bring up a good point about people like the fact that the game has become less physical now because everybody's shooting outside the paint. And I was gonna bring up that KD's going to Golden State is just indicative of how garbage the West Coast Conference has been. The West Coast has been loaded for like damn near 20 years, and the league refuses to do anything about it. Like,
And
it's always a scramble in the East, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't matter because you know somebody in the West is gonna win, unless like the Heat or Boston or
Yeah,
something
you
like
need
that
something
happens.
spectacular in the East to win. But it's kind of like the West Coast is all these very good 50-win teams, but nobody knows how to win a championship. Nobody knows how to do it.
Yeah,
Well, it's because
That's
it's
the
the cash. They're just worried about the cash.
they are worried about the cash, and what I think is
That's all
screwy
that
about that
matters.
is the cash for individuals because everybody that's cocksucking Golden State now in the league.
Tell me how you really
hate,
feel.
I'm going to everyone.
Okay.
Everyone that fillets Golden State
Fillets.
now
It's fallacious teams.
in the league hated the Laker killer Pistons. They hated them. How do you hate?
And the Jordan Killers.
And-
They killed
and they will
Shout out
always
to
say,
Isaiah
"Well,
Thomas.
Detroit's not a good representative team for the league because there's no superstar. I thought this was a team game.
The Pistons won 3 times without a superstar. They won the 2 times in the early 90s. They won in 2004 without a superstar.
Shout out to Chauncey Billups.
And if that wasn't a super
Shout out to
team,
Chauncey Billups.
if that wasn't a super team, getting the glove and getting Malone on the love when y'all was already stacked and coming off winning 3 championships, what isn't a super
What
team?
happened that time, Kobe?
He ran into the right dudes.
Yeah, he ran to Wallace.
Shout
He
out
ran
to
into
Big
Wallace's.
Oh,
So bad. Oh yeah, it was Wallace.
Wallace's.
Wallace Incorporated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
But I
never been
mean-
the same.
The whole fiasco with the stuff that's going on in Golden State, like Curry has changed the game. You know, he's one of the players that have been instrumental in making it a less physical game. Everybody shooting outside the paint. Which
Yeah.
I was thinking about something the other day. Curry
What's
didn't
that?
look too happy when Kevin Durant was awarded the Finals MVP.
Really, I didn't watch any of the finals games.
So this is the second year that KD has taken the Finals MVP from Steph Curry. And people will say, well, Steph had one bad game. And I'm like, but one bad game, y'all going to give it. If he had one bad game but 3 good ones, what justifies giving KD the Finals MVP for a good game?
Well, he had 2.5 good games. I mean, yeah, Steph had more good games in the finals than.
And this is the second
Kevin
year
did.
that this to happen, that this dude, this freeloader, for all intents and purposes, has come to the team that you built, that you stayed.
I mean, but also Steph didn't win the MVP finals that one time, and Andre Iguodala won it. So
Mhm.
it's like, I don't know. Steph is
you
winning
think
the
Steph
NBA.
is cool with this, or is
I think he's just cool with winning championships.
Yeah, I was just about to say he just probably like I still get another.
That
ring.
team has a lot of interesting components in it. Where Klay Thompson,
No,
doesn't
they have
get
too many components.
Yeah, they got too
That's
many
the
components,
problem.
and they got interesting components in the future because Klay Thompson can run a team by himself, but
Yeah.
he's third, sometimes fourth wheel.
I'm just
Draymond,
surprised they haven't broken it up.
I am too.
I'm
but-
surprised the league hasn't done it.
Usually
either.
they break it up.
That begs the question: what's more important, winning or how you win?
I think that's hard. That's hard. Yeah, I don't know. I like ain't.
I wish y'all could see their faces right now.
Oh my god. I don't know. A dub is a dub.
No, it's not.
A dub is a dub.
No, it's not.
A dub is a dub.
No, it's not.
I would say a dub is a dub unless it pertains to LeBron, because then it's not a dub. It's like a dub with an asterisk, and it wasn't him.
So is it less of a win? Because
for LeBron? It is.
I think for this
just
it's a win.
just how he's viewed.
For
Not if
this-
we ask Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless.
for this
I
Warrior
don't want to. I
for
don't want to talk
for
to
this
anybody.
Warriors team, it's less than a win.
I don't
I
want to
agree
talk
with
about
that.
Stephen
Like,
A. Smith.
I want to give the Warriors their props for winning the championship again, but that's where it stops. I can't give y'all nothing.
Yeah,
else.
they actually
y'all
won it.
doing what y'all supposed
Yeah,
to do.
like I can't give a nigga credit for raising his own kids.
yeah, facts.
But what does that do? What does that do with basketball?
Like, that's what it
That's
is.
what you're
dog.
supposed to do.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
I hate-
You
you know
y'all
what?
the champs.
You know what?
Y'all 73 and 9 and all this fly jiggy nigga shit. You better win. Stacked as your team is.
I just don't like when I go in my Facebook feeds and I'll read
Ignore the fair weathers, bro.
I'll read comments about like they'll talk about like outside factors of what he's doing off the court, and I'll be like, what does that have to do?
That builds his legend. Just like Muhammad Ali, that built his legend.
Yeah.
But he was winning.
You know why though?
You know what built his legend? He was winning.
He was winning up until that.
Until he got his ass
No,
beat,
he was
but-
winning up until that Foreman fight. That Foreman
Yeah.
fight.
And what's his name?
Frazier.
Frazier beat his ass.
Frazier is
Yeah.
who showed people that Ali can be beaten. if he's
Frazier
strong enough.
Frazier changed his life, literally.
He
He
did.
probably beat Parkinson to his ass.
Okay.
I think that them Frazier and Foreman fights and just the sloppiness in which they handled
Don't shake
Muhammad
your head
Ali,
like that.
it was bad.
It's a delayed bell, but god damn it.
I got one better. If that was a delayed bill, the NFL national policy. Now, I can most definitely say that I do not watch and enjoy football as much as I used to.
I ain't watched football in 2 years.
I
bro.
only
I
watch
still watch
football
football.
in the playoffs. It's not worth shit to me regular seasons. But I will say this: I do appreciate the NFL's steadfastness to how they feel their company brand is going to go. The NFL is like, look, we want our wife-beating cokeheads patriotic, okay?
It's all about the money.
Well,
like they
go ahead.
they get paid from the military, you know, ad dollars and stuff to, you know, show their ads and to have the players stand up for the national anthem. It's all about the money.
What about the flags that are left on the field and thrown in the trash after the game?
Yes, nobody. It's not.
And
it's
the
not
fact that you
genuine.
can go and get beer and hot dogs. And some dude that's in the stand. It's some dude that they about to trot across the field with no legs. I wonder how he feels looking at the people buying beer and hot dogs while the players.
Listen, somebody got to eat
It's
that
not
hot dog.
genuine, dog.
Somebody got to get that hot
It's
dog.
not genuine.
You know that.
Yeah.
Someone,
And the NFL itself is so predictable. And, like, I know the Patriots going to be either about to get into the Super Bowl or in the Super Bowl.
right.
I don't care anymore.
Well, I just think it's funny because it was like, all right, where was all this when the NBA was cleaning everybody up?
Yeah, where was all
Like,
this when
when they
Emmitt
was
Smith
making,
was running around?
Yeah, where was that at?
Yeah.
Like, where was it? Where was we at?
Where
when,
was Terrell Owens was on America's football team?
right? Or nobody rallied behind Allen Iverson when he was getting his hair braided. And they
Yeah,
told him to
nobody
stop
like
that.
they
the same
only like
people
what they like.
The same people complained about Vo's fishbone braids are the same people saying Kevin Durant need to brush his hair. You keep that nappy shit on your head, Kevin Durant.
No,
want
you know what? Fuck
Nah.
that. No, no, that nigga need to cut his hair.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That's where you draw the line.
That's
at?
where I listen.
All right,
You make
Macho,
all
all right, Macho Barkley.
listen. You make all this
Macho
money.
Barkley.
You make all this money. You worth all these millions. You can't cut your hair.
No.
Why?
Because that keeps him
would
hood,
he?
just like why Pusha T wouldn't cut his hair. I was
I
mad.
don't know. I don't trust dudes after 35. You should cut your braids. I'm sorry.
I feel the same way, but
Man,
Pusha T is
we,
different.
We in the era of skittle dreadlocks on everybody.
No, at least they ain't red.
With the blicky up.
But yeah,
Takashi.
like let him do what he do.
Yeah.
But I just don't like Tom Brady running out there with a MAGA hat on, talking about why is everybody nobody like me like that no more.
I mean, can artists, entertainers, and athletes do something that's so controversial that you feel that you have to disconnect? Like, can't like the
Yes.
whole Black Twitter shit where we canceling such and such. Like, can you disconnect art from the artist? What do we do with a Kanye West? What do we do
point.
with R. Kelly? And what do we do with
Well,
these
R. Kelly need to
people?
go to jail. Let's just start there.
He need to go to
Kells
jail or
need to
worse.
just go to jail.
or
Listen,
worse.
I don't care if you can make great hits.
Bill Cosby about to go to jail. He getting sentenced in the next couple weeks.
Bill Cosby is going to jail.
Tekashi.
I don't know. Like
What do we do with Tekashi? Because Tekashi's kind of like a rapper and a R. Kelly all rolled in one.
Everything
Allegedly.
problematic.
Allegedly.
He a bowl of problematic juice.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't buy into the whole. I just can't buy into it. You like super thug gangbanger, but everywhere you go, you got like a police escort, and you done been in Chicago disrespecting people, in LA disrespecting people. Either somebody is just making these cities quote unquote street reputation.
So does
look
that
bad.
make you like less of a thug? Because like we've seen artists with security that was deemed like dangerous.
It's been suspect from the jump because
We seen
you
Death
had
Row
blood-
with security.
You had
Yeah.
Bloods and Crips and police. This is irregular security. This is like police squad cars, beat cops, uniforms.
Death Row.
Is it costumes? Is it real? Like
Well, I mean, we let's just say that the WWE has actual like real killers, right? Because that's what I feel like with some of the hip hop, like in the early '90s, like we had. I mean, they gave us DMX.
DMX was the man.
I think DMX. Shout out to DMX.
My dogs.
DMX wasn't no killer, man.
But you wasn't trying them.
no, but would you try a crackhead? in
Yeah, I was
general?
about to say he coked up.
You wasn't trying them. I mean, shout
I
out to
ain't-
C Murder.
I
Shout out
ain't-
to C Murder.
I ain't trying no cokehead.
Hence
with
the word
with his shirt
murder.
off.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
low
I don't
key.
know. I just feel like
who do you think is gonna win? A crackhead with his shirt off, or a dude with some flip flops about to pull up his pants, his hood short, his hooping shorts underneath the jeans? Who gonna win that fight?
Cokehead.
shout out to
I'm willing to side with the cokehead thing just because you cannot. Disclaimer: everyone that's out there listening, it does not behoove you to be in the presence of cokeheads. And I say this because any friend of yours that you cannot punch the fuck out when things get too tough, you can't be friends with that person.
You got to be able to beat your friends up.
I explained this sitting at the table with my African in-laws.
20 minutes.
If you go somewhere and your friend is cutting up and acting an ass, and
You got to be able to take them out.
Some people, or even if it gets beyond that, you don't want to stand on the side on some Dragon Ball shit, trembling while your friend is getting his gut stomped in.
Right.
You help your friend, you trounce the opponent, and then right after you beat your friend's ass.
Right. For getting you in that situation.
For getting you in that situation. Because it's better that way because at least you're just trying to hurt your friend and teach him a lesson. The other person probably going to kill him.
Yeah, you're trying to kill him. So I'm just trying to teach you a lesson.
But we can't do that with these artists and entertainers.
Nobody beats them up. Like, nobody does anything to them. I remember back in my day, back in the 90s.
Sound like the old man.
Let me tell you about the. Oh, I'm about to go my funk flex. Let me tell you about the 90s. The 90s. You know, you used to get dealt with. You used to deal with the haters. You know what I'm saying? Drop bombs on them on their front lawn. You know, bring it to their house. Ghostface punch you. Come up to your house like Joe Budden punch you in the face.
Oh,
You,
God.
okay.
No, I can't talk about
You
it.
can't.
No.
No.
I don't want VH1 to have nothing to do with this because they still
Get
got
you
the
out of
footage
here.
on that.
We don't need that right now.
Can you punitively do anything about artists and entertainers
It's like,
besides
nah.
just don't support them?
Now they have this cancel culture, supposedly. But
I don't
nobody
listen
ever
to
gets
shit Black
canceled.
Twitter's talking
Nobody
about.
ever gets canceled, though. It's like they just talk this junk and then they go out and listen to their albums. Like, what was the point of you canceling? Like, you supposed to cancel Kanye. Remember, everybody was all like, oh, forget Kanye.
it's like a fetish.
It's fake. It's fake protesting for attention.
Yeah.
Y'all, it's like a bunch of shitty babies just sitting around
whining.
whining.
But I really think it's just a fetish. Like, you just hate them so much, you just gotta listen to what
I
come
agree
out.
with that.
Hate
because
watch,
love,
hate
love,
watch.
love, and hate is the same drink poured in two different cups.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
For real. So, I mean, I've been done with Double XL. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I've been done with them, too.
And I look
People
at
still buy
you
magazines.
People, no, they got like a little
Online.
online.
I haven't
jump
seen
off,
I haven't
the
bought
covers
print.
get worse and worse. And just
The freshman
cut it
the
off.
freshman
Cut
class.
it off.
And it's all politics. Like, they just put on the cover who they want to put on the cover anyway.
Right.
It's just going to be a bunch of skittle-haired, little 19, 20-year-olds that ain't talking about nothing. They all look the same. They all rap the same. It's just the same shit over and over and over again.
I thought it was hilarious when Post Malone said, "I don't want to be on your cover. I ain't no rapper," and everybody got mad at him.
But he's not the first person to do that. Like, I don't think The Weeknd was on the cover.
Is
He
the
was
Weeknd a rapper?
I wouldn't consider
They be
Weeknd
having
a rapper,
kinda
though.
rappers on there.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
a bunch of kinda
I
rappers.
think Weeknd is just like he falls in that like R&B, like I don't know.
They
neo
had
soul.
Chan-
I don't know where to put him in.
They had Chance the Rapper on there, and who else was on there? Like, just fall in between that. And it's like, that's another thing why your list is weird. Who are you trying to represent? Are you representing rappers? Are you just representing artists? Are you representing...
It's everybody within the context of the culture, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, if you, I don't even think they listen to. I think they look at it like, okay, well, you push the fashion narrative. Like, I don't even think they even listen to like half of their albums.
And be like, let's see what your social media numbers
Like,
are.
right, let's look at your social media. What are you doing? Like, how are you reacting to like all these different like young agendas?
Yeah.
Like, how deep are you into the culture? Have you shot? I don't even think they look at like shoot history.
I personally don't believe that there is rap culture. Not anymore.
Like, you don't think it's a hip-hop culture?
No, it's not. Not
You
no
just
more.
think it's a music genre. It's not even a music. Is it a music genre? Because everything is kind
Star
of
Star
music
was the
genre.
first person I ever heard put it so poignantly, but it is just a genre of music because in rock, if you come out and it don't matter how fucking popular you are, you say anything bad about the Stones, you up out of there.
or Metallica or something.
You done. You
Yeah.
just finished.
Yeah, we don't respect we always talk about these legends and people that, you know, are forefathers in rap music and shit. But people disrespect them every day.
I mean, because it's cool. You know what? I told you. We've talked about this before. Rap is Saturnian in the aspect that it devour the youth culture. You got a bunch of vultures up at the top that don't produce and do anything to just reap the harvest, and they feed off of the youth.
But I think in music, like, because rap is so young, rap is still kind of young.
Ain't young.
It's
no
still
more,
kind of
man.
young compared to other genres that been around for hundreds of years. Some of them, like, rap is relatively young.
Is it?
We've been around. Rap been around since the 70s, so like 40 years.
Rap
40?
Is 40 some years
Yeah,
old.
about
It's about
40.
45.
But rock music is like 100 years old,
no,
almost.
I wouldn't say that far.
About
I wouldn't say
60.
we not
About
that
Almost
far.
60
60.
years
So,
old.
okay, so
Yeah,
we
we not
catching
that-
up.
we not
so
that
we
far
catching
from
up. But like, if you look at like acts like Nirvana and stuff like that, they hated hair bands. So they revolted
Facts.
against, you know, people in the 80s.
Yeah, the whole grunge movement was people just saying, I'm about to just stop washing my ass and comb my hair and just cry on the mic about how
And
it
then
sucks.
And then you got hair bands and like bands in the 90s. They hated disco.
Even though they're the children of disco.
Yeah, they were children of disco. So it's like this happens with music genres, you know. So
But
I
see,
don't.
what it is, the difference between that and what's going on now is it seems like the people that create the content in the genre, at least as far as rock is concerned, have more of a say over what goes on in the medium than rap. Like, you got a bunch of dudes in suits that ain't never been on no corner, and never sold no dope, ain't never busted no blickies, ain't never shot no
Blicky up.
dice, and all the other monkey shit that goes on, and they're perpetuating the stereotype.
But they've been doing that for a long time. I feel like this isn't something
Just since the 80s.
since the 80s.
Since everybody.
But that's what
NWA.
we like to hear. You know what I mean?
Do
like,
we?
And well, not us, but I'm just saying like the new sounds.
Yeah, like you got the
They don't want to hear.
suburbanite kids.
Yeah.
and
I
stuff
will.
like
I
that.
will say this.
They love hearing that shit.
I will say this. It seems crazy, but I don't believe that the littles are, at least they can pose a problem, but I don't believe they're as much as a problem as the other real issue that no one ever talks about. The fake elitist cult that exists in rap. Like the fake, well, you ain't the biggest rap fan as I am because I had the Illmatic LP, so everything that I say is better than what you say.
Oh yeah.
Like the
Oh,
people that
yeah.
can just
You got the snooty people, the rap purists.
the rap purists, the
Yeah.
fake purist culture.
But
Yeah.
when you talk about rap purists and what's pure, you can make an argument that this era that we living in right now is the purest form of hip hop.
Yeah, you look at
how
SoundCloud.
You look how hip hop started. How did it start? The hip, the hop, the hippie to the hippie to the hip hop, and you don't stop the rocket to the bang bang. Like those aren't even words.
Right.
And you got mumble rappers. Those aren't even words. Some of
No.
that shit. It's just a bunch of rhythmic. Get the party started type
Rhythmic,
shit.
melodic shit,
Yeah.
and
And
you're
that's
right
how we
because
started.
we're going back to
Shout out to Migos.
singles and
And
shorter albums with one DJ, one producer.
Yep.
Nas was the first rapper to have
9 songs.
not just 9 songs.
Super producer.
Nas was the first artist to have a super produced album. Like there was no experimental shit on Illmatic. It was all out the gate, the top dudes in the industry producing
Right.
stuff. Because before then, you paired up with a DJ, DJ Polo, Eric B. You know what I'm saying? DJ Premier. It was like that. So you're right. Things are the freedom of expression now, especially because people aren't beholden to the labels.
It's experimental now because
Yeah.
like you trying different stuff. It's kind of like punk music. The songs are like 2 minutes long.
Kind of, sort of. You know what? Rap was supposed to be the next
the norm.
generation of punk.
I
until
think the
it got
internet
co-opted.
changed all that. Like,
Well, at what point though? There have been 3 successive generations of the internet as far as rappers go.
I'll say
You gotta remember there was the chat room era
remember-
when the internet first
I
started.
remember that
Then there was the ringtone era.
ringtone
Oh,
era.
man.
Ringtone era. People,
Oh, don't do this. You was in Texas at this time.
I was in Texas.
So you canceled.
Why is that canceled? Oh
You canceled. Because of course you gonna love it. You in the party with all the bitches and you like, oh, they snapping and they twerking. I love this. 2007 Mars.
But you can't take away the credit. They did numbers.
The novelty.
So
I mean,
what?
It did numbers.
So what?
It
It's
was
all type of shit doing numbers.
You know what else is doing numbers?
Tekashi doing numbers.
With the blicky out. With the blick.
Something. See, and this is what I was talking about. Like Tekashi is Tekashi, but you know what else is doing numbers?
What?
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
I ain't even got a button for
It's
this.
the Beehive. That's why. It's the Beehive. You can't fight them.
Anytime I see Jay-Z naked, I don't want. I got a problem with that.
Jay-Z can do what he want.
He can.
He
got
can
so
do what
much
he
money.
want.
I never thought that I'd see the day that Nas and Hov would become Instagram thotties.
It was
Yeah.
bound to happen.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Jay-Z,
It was bound to happen.
awkward Hove, dog. Hove is always awkward in these pictures. He's looking like, I don't know why I'm here.
Awkward Hov is probably my second favorite Hov next to Villain.
Scumbag Hove.
Villain Hov
Yeah.
is the greatest Hov.
It's the
man.
best hoe. I like this awkward hoe.
I
No,
like-
you don't.
I like
No,
it, dog.
you
I like.
can't.
I
Do
like,
what you want.
I like.
He can
old
do what
man
he want.
Awkward Hov.
Yeah. Why not? Take a selfie in your flip flops. Take a take.
It's so
send
cringe.
a good morning.
It's so cringe.
Send
I
a
don't
good
wanna
morning,
see his
beautiful
naked body,
text.
dog.
I want to see that.
I ain't
No.
seen Hov naked.
Why not?
Dog, he naked in pictures with Beyonce.
What? So you wouldn't be naked with Beyonce?
I don't want to see it. Of course you would be naked with Beyonce. You don't want to see it.
But you hove and who gonna stop you?
Ain't nobody. That's the problem. Ain't nobody
Exactly.
stopping none of these
Exactly.
people.
Nobody can stop it.
I mean, it's funny because there was
I would've did it.
couple years ago. There was the whole thing where Beyonce and Kim didn't like, one side didn't like the other. I can't speculate as to which side that was,
Right.
but you know the tastelessness of the video and the pictures. But I mean,
She did the same exact thing. Dog.
do you think it's the same exact
It's
thing?
pretty close. She just showing her ass. She just naked.
But it's
Ain't nothing
Beyonce
wrong with
getting
it.
naked,
Ain't
though.
nothing wrong with it.
It's
but
Beyonce getting
I
naked.
only got a problem with Jay-Z.
I
getting
guess
naked.
I guess it's the difference. It's presentation because you know it's the difference between burlesque and straight up strip
Porn.
show.
But it's what's up with all these rappers, man? You got Gucci out here with a romper on.
Jesus.
You got Jeezy out
A
here.
floral romper.
You got Jeezy out here looking like he about to go to
I
a
ain't
boat,
gonna lie,
a
that-
boat cruise.
Will the floral romper do? Will the floral romper actually kill Trap? Can the floral does
No,
the
because
floral
it's Atlanta.
Addressed
does
it.
the-
Addressed
oh, no.
it. Oh yeah.
Hey, girl. Listen, it's Atlanta, okay? I think it's accepted. They probably embraced it. You can have a pistol in the purse.
All right.
No, we can't do that.
Pistol in the purse.
That was a New York thing. I thought.
Oh, you
Pistol in the
talk
purse.
pistol in the purse. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's Atlanta. I think it's open. Like you can wear a romper and still trap.
Man, who'd have thought that? Who'd have thought that it was a
Stash your drugs.
Who'd have thought that it was a floral romper that killed the shit versus all them federal cases and everything that's going
I mean,
on?
It's not good. Like
I
They
don't know.
killing
Like
it,
are you gonna tell Gucci to take his romper off?
okay, I got a
Gucci
question.
got two bodies under his
I was
belt.
about
ain't
to say,
gonna-
You ain't
Gucci
gonna tell
to kill
Gucci
somebody.
shit. I got a question. Now, what's his name? Scarface was running around in teal suits, and you know he had the same outfit on pretty much that Jeezy had on. So it's like,
Yeah.
I ain't trying to see. You talking about a suit, not like a romper, right?
dog, he had on the floral because Gucci had. I mean, not Gucci, but Jeezy had on the floral shirt and
Yeah.
some shorts. And
This
some
is
teal
just
shorts.
as long as people ain't getting the young jock hair. I'm
Like you got like they let Puerto Ricans
I
do
ain't
that
gonna lie,
stuff.
Young
They
Jock,
let all these
I
other.
didn't understand that. Like why you get a blowout perm?
So,
nigga?
where's the line? What's the line?
I'm not. I ain't got no stick and I ain't got no sand. So I'm gonna let.
I don't
them
know.
Picasso that
After
on the
Young
beach.
Thug, I don't think there is no line.
True.
There,
No,
there-
not young Thug. After that Madagascaran looking monkey dude with the wedding dress deep throating the
Oh,
AK.
deep throating the
it
AK?
was all bets was off.
yeah.
You called him a monkey.
all bets was off, dog.
You can't say
Called
that.
him a monkey.
You can't say
He
that.
called him a monkey.
You can't call him one.
Look,
He said he was Madagascar deep throat. What'd you call him?
What you-
the Madagascaran. That's
I mean,
indicative of
it
various
just show
wildlife
it goes
on
to
that
show
island.
me like I don't know if it's a narrative, but I feel like
I think
it's something being pushed.
No, I'm willing to side with you on the narrative thing, but you know what it is? It's definitely an agenda being pushed, but it's more so people tastelessly jumping on the bandwagon of things, trying to get famous too fast. Now, look, man, deep throating the AK-47 in a wedding dress with some dookie braids.
Yeah,
went viral.
You got to get canceled for that.
This is why you can't trust dudes with dreads. I mean, with braids.
Right.
I'm just sorry.
We need
dreads.
we need a hip hop like coalition. Remember that? What happened to that? Remember they were trying to put something together?
You talking about we're headed for self-destruction?
There's no regulation of what you can, like what's acceptable in rap.
You need a Farouk running around.
Yeah, we need a Nation of Domination.
Nation of Domination.
Kiss my ass. That Nation of Domination is the greatest wrestling stable of all time.
It was.
Specifically around the time where The Rock took over and they put Owen Hart in the Nation and they just called Owen the Black Heart.
The Black Heart.
And he's the whitest person. He's the only white person they call him a Black Heart.
Hey, Owen was a legend, bro. Shout out to Owen Hart.
Man. Shout out to Owen, man.
But
this topic is terrible.
This topic is excellent because it's a good segue into
terrible.
It's a good segue into just the explosion of nerd culture. Like everything you was talking about, you just brought up like how do you go about putting standards to stuff like that? I don't know. How do you keep standards in place when things become more popular than they were intended to? Everyone's a fucking nerd now. Everyone has fucking comic T-shirts and everyone plays games and everyone's a fuck. It's chic to be a dork now.
You know it's bad. Like everybody likes the thing when it's underground, and then when it blows up, be like, I don't like. There's a bunch of posers now, and it's kind of weird because you be like, I did this shit 10 years ago, and now you just
I was 10 toes down when they was beating motherfuckers for if you admitted that you was like a nerd and you read comics, and you had to hide out in the library, or you had to like skip and go and
dumb niggas are the new nerds. Dumb niggas that don't know shit are the new nerds.
Is
now.
that? Oh, that's what it is.
Sadly,
I don't know. I feel like now it's okay because we have so much of it. Like we just have so much of it that it's like you have to share it. At
if
this
you
point.
would have told me 20 years ago, Infinity War is maybe the highest grossing movie of all time, I was probably like laughing.
Did Infinity War beat Titanic?
It's getting close.
It's what? What's the numbers?
I don't know the numbers.
It's in the billions though, right?
It's getting there.
It's in the billions.
I best believe James Cameron is standing on the top of perch looking like you motherfuckers ain't gonna do it. Y'all ain't gonna do it.
A Black Panther movie grossed $1 billion.
That is something
I was
genuinely
surprised by that.
$1 billion.
I was genuinely surprised by that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like
I don't know what I was more surprised at: the fact that Black Panther did $1 billion, or the fact that Saudi Arabia was going to allow. That's the first movie that they allowed to be shown in the cinema in 30 years. I don't know if y'all want to do that over there, but
why Black Panther? But you know it's weird because it's a bunch of faux nerds. Like you're not really nerds because nerds ain't really winning like that. Like chicks don't want to fuck nerds. I'm gonna get his pussy up. I'm gonna get his pussy up to Jeffro.
Look,
why you laughing?
We can't go. We can't. You can't. You
ain't no nerds named Jethro, though.
Right? It's so many errors in that statement. You can't say that.
No, he right to a degree.
I think they fuck nerd. I mean,
not on purpose.
What it
chicks
is?
Fuck engineers.
No, what it is
take their money. They ain't gonna.
What it is there have always been male. Have always been male and female nerds, and they usually fucked with each other. Now, the shit is so murky. You don't know.
I don't know. I guess I never was like deep into the nerd.
Wait,
like,
what you just talking about?
I was in the nerd, but I was 10 toes down. But I wasn't like I
was
feel like
halfway in.
Yeah, I was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
He was a hood nigga / I watch Yu-Gi-Oh.
I still want to fuck.
I guess
like,
being
I can't alienate myself.
I mean, I was shooting dice too, and I was out there in Belle Isle, so I didn't.
He was East Side nerd.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you have to like be some kind of nerd if you were in the like I feel like the early 90s just forced you to be a nerd.
Because it was great.
Because there was so much great stuff coming out.
If you ain't watch X-Men.
Yeah, like that was such a huge influence. That whole X-Men wave, it forced you to be a nerd.
It's certain things that people will be like, okay, I'll get into this, but then they nerdism will stop at a certain point. Like, I'll watch Batman and X-Men, but I ain't gonna get into I ain't gonna cosplay.
I think it's levels, because it's like I could deal with, like, all right, I can go to and get like an actual comic and then go read it and all that stuff. But then it's like sitting down in Dungeons and Dragons.
No.
I couldn't get. I never got into
It's too
it.
nerdy.
But I wanted. But now as I'm an adult now, I'm like, all right.
You want to go
that
back and
shit
be like,
probably
why was
was
that
lit.
so lit? Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was probably lit. You got costumes, and you rolling dice.
It's a reason why these people got so engulfed into it too. Like, you got to look at it like, why was this big?
These games was going. These are games that go on for years, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
People play
dedication.
one game for like 3 days. Like, they're like, the game don't end
Yeah, it
until
don't end.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a reason why it turned into that. And then now you got TV shows and media like Stranger Things that's using these games and platforms to branch it out into new stuff. So the shit was great back then, but some people just look down on the shit just because, oh, this is nerdy, they're not popular.
Right.
Like, you don't know that these are your future Bill Gates and all these rich internet billionaires were nerds back in the day.
I don't know. And it's hard because like the movies weren't caught up yet to the technology. So I felt like,
I'm gonna bring up the horrible movies, dog.
I mean, we got to talk about it. And we gonna talk. I was just thinking to say, so Spawn was so terrible. So how could you convert? How could you convert somebody into being into a nerd pilgrimage?
Toys.
And then they watch it.
But niggas don't like toys.
But
Niggas don't like.
But
toys,
if you don't
but
like the
nerds
movie, how
do.
can you buy the toy?
Cause you look, man. The same way you a fucking adult spending $70 on cereal a month. You don't eat the shit. It's for the kids. The fuck is you talking about? When the last time your big ass sat down and just killed a bowl of Fruity Pebbles, dog?
That's a good ass question.
That's a great question.
It's not for you, man.
It's not.
If you still enjoy it based on some residual nostalgia, sure. But they ain't putting these colorful ass boxes in the store with all this.
But I'm just saying,
high
like,
fructose
for like
corn
the new
syrup.
nerds, you know what I'm saying? Like the new nerds, like they have no, like we know better. Like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh man, I gotta go get me some Fruity Pebbles and sit out there with my drawers and
Hey, that sounds lit.
Just for the culture.
Just
I'm
for the
doing that
culture.
one day this
You know
summer.
what I
I'm
mean?
sitting out on the front line. I'm gonna bring my couch out there, and I'm gonna sit
You gonna
down
sit in
in
your
my
drawers,
drawers, and I'm gonna eat some Fruity
and you
Pebbles.
gonna be by
Be
yourself.
lit by my fucking
You
self.
gonna be by yourself.
My front lawn.
They were like, look at this potential pedophile.
All right, somebody hit something. Thank you.
To cut the tension.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. I just feel like the
Takashi
movies.
313.
Jesus,
I feel like the
bro.
movies was such a huge impact to get you to introduce like into like nerdship. But now
I think
They made it more accessible. They
Yeah.
definitely made it more accessible.
I think like it probably started with like the X-Men movies, because like Batman is Batman, so that ain't really
Like-
changed nothing.
but Batman was the first big budgeted comic book blockbuster.
In the 80s,
Burton's.
because what do
Batman.
we have before that?
Nothing
Nothing really. What Toxic?
You had less.
Crusader.
You had less
What is his name?
successful.
Toxic Avenger.
That's trauma. That shit don't count. You had less successful.
But they had toys.
oh
Yeah. But Batman was the first thing that broke the mold. Like, Batman got you fucking toys, a cartoon show, 3 sequels.
I don't know. I think that between that
And the marketing
and
campaign.
Star
Are those
Wars,
counting sequels?
Yeah, it's all contained in the same universe. Look, get mad, get mad if you want.
You talk about the ones after Burton's?
All those movies are the same universe,
Oh, that's so
same
good.
continuous story.
I don't want to put those in the same.
Nigga, how you think the motherfuckers reading the books for 60 years feel?
I feel you, but yeah, I guess, but yeah, bail time.
Bell time, I guess. So, I mean, what else is there, man? What else can we say about the state of the world? Seems to be the same whole ass chaotic place it was last week.
Dennis Rodman.
Crying on TV. Look,
What's his name? Kim Jong Il. What's his name?
Kim Jong Un.
Kim Jong Un.
Respect the supreme leader.
And
That
then
man. That man's so important.
Recap everybody that don't know about the Dennis
Did you
Rodman
think Dennis
incident.
Rodman was gonna bring the world together?
Oh, shit, why not? He got Michael Jordan's whole ass a bunch of rings.
All right. Recap.
You got to recap that because for those who don't know about the Dennis Rodman, you got to recap.
Dennis Rodman is supposedly best friends with Kim Jong Un.
Besties.
And he had been, I guess, on the list of approved niggas to go to North Korea. And Dennis Rodman was potentially the person that was instrumental in getting Trump to deal with Kim Jong Un. Kim Jong Un and Trump recently I guess they signed some accord or some shit to where the United States is going to help North Korea denuclearize and possibly
I would love to
abolish
hear
the 38th parallel. That shit is going
conversation.
That shit is going to wreck South Korea though. It can't be immediate like when East and West Germany united when they tore down the Berlin Wall. Like East Germany was so fucking behind West Germany. A lot of shit had to stop damn near the halt because they was like 30 years behind. North Korea is 50 to 60 years behind South Korea.
Yeah, because they don't allow them to do anything.
So I'm interested in seeing how this is gonna go. Possibly, I just think that it's funny that Dennis Rodman was the fucking one to do it. And like I was saying to you, man, don't disrespect the supreme leader. This man is so important. They don't even let his shit go into the sewer systems of other countries. They literally carry a porta potty around for this motherfucker, man.
How good does Dennis Rodman butt have to be?
Oh God.
For Kim Jong.
Oh,
what's
no.
his name? Kim Jong. What is his name?
Kim
Jong.
Don't you dare disrespect.
Look, he over there disrespecting Dennis Rodman's sphincter.
Jesus, I mean, shout out to the Worm. I mean,
he getting the worm.
shout out to the Worm, man. Look, he did his thing. He got the he's super sauced up. He did his thing. He got the orange head on the phone.
Hey, you already
he
know.
pulled up on him.
Shout out to the Orange Skull. That's my man. Number
Orange
45.
Skull, 45. He pulled up on him. Sent him a lavish text. He probably was like, "Hey, man, we can get tattoos together." And he probably did some. You know what I'm saying? He probably said some off the wall. I wish I could read that transcript.
45 was like, "I'll pull up to the spot if you got some Russian hookers."
Jesus.
Okay.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Make sure they drunk plenty of water.
That makes me wonder though, are we ever gonna see the footage of Pissgate?
Patriarchy.
My vagina.
My
You know what though? I think that if the Pissgate tapes was actually released, I already believe that Trump is gonna win landslide in 2020. Like literally.
Why?
Because who are the Dems gonna put against him?
Oh yeah.
Like they'd have to have retro robot Al Gore and Michael Obama.
Cyborg Al Gore.
Yeah.
He invented Internet Plus.
Cyborg Al Gore and out of the closet Michael Obama.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is like it has to be a shit show. Cause
The Rock.
The Rock ain't running liberal.
Yeah, The Rock. I mean, that's competition for him to get the vote again.
Look, man.
You think they're gonna throw Trump back out there again and somebody else come with some heat?
Why not?
Why not?
I mean, I'm not saying it's not a possibility.
Look, the Republicans ain't about to get showed up by Obama. Obama got 2 terms. Trump getting 2 terms. Facts.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody voting.
This is gonna be his platform.
Ain't nobody voting for Pickle Man. Sorry ass. Get Bernie the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody voting for the Pickle Man.
Bernie Sanders.
After Bernie
Sanders like 98 years old, ain't
yeah, him and Hillary.
he? Yeah. Hillary old as fuck too.
Man, it's just it ain't looking good.
Yeah, she looking like the California
Hillary come out like, I know I called you guys super predators. You're only hyper predators.
That's the worst Hillary impersonation.
That was
Is Hillary from Minnesota?
right. Where is she from? Did she take steroids?
She's like Michelle Bachmann.
Nah. What is in your cup today? What is in there? Tell me what's
Hey,
in the
get
cup.
in there now because I drunk it up.
Oh God.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, Trump is gonna win by a landslide in 2020, man. It just is what it is.
Well, Kanye said he's gonna throw his hat in. Kanye said he's gonna.
Kanye says a lot of things, bro.
Kanye is gonna run. That's what he said.
Yo.
I believe he's gonna do it.
You gonna have a black president with blonde hair?
Oh, you talking about Black Simon Phoenix? I'm for
Yeah,
it.
Simon Phoenix, the president.
If Kanye started doing a bunch of fucking steroids and got jacked the fuck up and literally started running around as
You know how
Simon
lit
Phoenix
that'll
making
be?
music, I vote for that
If
nigga.
Wesley Snipes ran, I'll vote for him.
Okay.
Snipes for president?
No, enough Tu Wong fools.
Oh, Jesus. I forgot he made that movie.
I didn't.
Oh, my God.
Who was that? Who else was in that with
Who
him?
I
Patrick
did?
Swayze.
Who I
And John
did?
Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo. Who signed that off? Like
Julie Newmar.
oh. that single-handedly destroyed Wesley.
No, it didn't. man.
Yes, it did.
He was Blade after that.
Was
did,
he?
Yeah.
He did Passenger 68.
I thought
or
Blade
something.
was
What that
before.
movie?
57.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Blade. Oh, so Blade was after. Wow, I,
I
had no
still
idea.
living in the PJs when Tu Wong Fu came out, because I remember it had the cool, not the Cool in the Game, but Casey and the Sunshine Band for the little song, because that song was playing on like 6 different commercials. That's back when you could do that
Wesley
shit.
Snipes looked straight off of Woodward.
Jesus.
6 Mile. in that
Okay.
movie.
No.
The fact that you know this.
That's where they all hang out. They was downtown this weekend.
Shout out to Ruhan, who is here with us in spirit. He has said that if Kanye wins, he'll be the first ever FLOTUS that did porn.
Ooh.
Almost correct. Almost correct.
Ooh.
You could totally go online and Google Melania Snatch. So Kanye
yeah.
will be
Yeah.
second.
She was in porn. Wait a minute, Penthouse, wasn't she?
But it's
She
like
it was
porn.
just naked photos.
Right.
That's all.
It's like softcore.
Yeah.
Softcore.
So yeah, he wouldn't be the first. It would be the first explicit though. Like we ain't seen Melania in as explicit.
XXX.
I feel it's coming.
All right.
You
I
didn't
feel
need me
it's
to
coming.
do that. You ain't even mean to do that.
Ray J will
It's
be
coming.
vicariously
All right, I'm
in the
done.
White House.
We're
What?
done.
I hit the first lady.
I'm done.
Shout out to Ray J.
No,
Shout out to Ray.
No shout out to Ray J.
I can't do that.
Brandy's brother.
You can't shout out Ray J. I mean, Ray J gave us Kim.
He did give us Kim. We only know who she is because of him.
He didn't give me Kim. That's not my wife.
Like listen, I feel like that was appropriate so Simon Phoenix could be born
Okay.
and that Kanye could go run for president and so he could go on his Twitter rants.
Are you officially calling Kanye?
You know what?
Simon Phoenix.
I'm all for this. I'm all for Kanye becoming president.
I believe I can believe that, Macho.
I'm 100% for that. You know why? Because the diss tapes and the rants is gonna be epic.
I will say that I'm all for nationalized diss tapes. Can you imagine a whole motherfucking country getting dissed? A whole country.
A whole country
Produced by Kanye.
produced by Kanye.
He ain't
All-
writing
and
none
he get
of
all
it.
the super producers together.
You imagine?
World War D.
You imagine? Oh, that don't
I'm all
sound too good.
for
That
it,
sound like a
man.
movie I've
It's-
seen
it's
before.
Like when the
Oh,
last time you
God.
heard your other country like get dissed?
The whole
Hey.
nation, though.
Hey, you imagine Kanye's speeches written by Pusha T?
Ugh. And I'm going to end
Yeah.
on that. I want to thank everybody for coming out and listening to us. Please check out Podcast Detroit. Like, subscribe, and share to Hadage Underground. Shout out to our lovely sound engineer on the ones and twos
Shout out
over there.
Man, give her a round of applause. She
Let's
had
go.
to sit through this.
She did. Until next time, this has been the Mighty Mighty Meta Baron.
Macho Samson.
And voice the villain.
We are out. Peace. Okay. I saw your mouth moving for the. I saw it.
I was trying.